It's not really a big secret that Jay-Z has had shady deals in the past. He had been involved in a lot of creepy and problematic controversies as well, which led people to believe that Beyonce had befallen to his antics and practices as well. Today, I will let you in on what 50 Cent's thoughts are about the power duo, because rumor has it that he exposed these two about how they are sacrificing people to stay at the top of their game and keep their fame even after all the years that they have been in the music industry. I mean, there are honestly a lot of theories when it comes to the horror of Hollywood, especially those stories of what is really happening behind closed doors.
You got certain guys that are their relationships made them so powerful, like in our business, that they can't be moved.
If there's someone who is really not afraid to talk about some of the BS of known personalities, then that would be Fifth. Come on, even though almost everyone was afraid of talking about Diddy and his creepy behavior, 50 Cent never misses the chance to drag him down. And now we're going to hear him once again revealing interesting details about what goes on behind the cameras. For those of you who don't know, Jay-Z and Fifth have been feuding for years now. Well, it seems like no one is willing to be the bigger person, especially now that 50 is willing to speak about the things that he knows about what Jay-Z did. Like what I mentioned earlier, you must have heard about top artists doing human sacrifices to keep their power in this world, and Queen Bee and Jay-Z are apparently no different. Okay, you guys, Jaguar Ride always has the hottest tea when it comes to these people, and yep, you've guessed that right. She also talked about this couple multiple times already.
Del was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie.
There were even crazy rumors going around that Beyonce had performed some witchcraft on her former team member. There was allegedly one instance where 50 was jumped over by B because he was having some bad blood with B's husband. Honestly, these things all sound so absurd and baseless, but we all know that Hollywood is so dark that anything is actually possible just to stay wealthy, popular, and relevant. Did you also happen to see this news before? Well, many of their fans would certainly argue that people are just jealous of them and their success together, but some things should be taken seriously because there are issues where people actually have proof about certain accusations. If there's one couple in the industry who acts like they're untouchable, well, because they actually are, then that would be Jay-Z and Beyonce. They seem to always have their way around everything, and nobody would even dare to stop them on their tracks. Anyone who would try to expose them in any way possible would only be called a troll. But these days, with the power of the internet and social media, people are becoming braver to stand up against powerful individuals. You might have noticed this, but more and more people are talking about how shady Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship and achievements are. Well, to be honest, the start of this love affair was not really striking for a lot of people. Multiple accusations against Jay-Z are going around about him being a groomer even before he got into a relationship with Beyonce. Tell you what, he met Beyonce when she was still not of a legal age and started to get involved with her romantically right after she reached 18 years of age. Dude, it was really sick considering that he has a history of getting associated with younger women. Well, not only this, but Jay-Z was also accused of controlling Beyonce in her career as well. It's not really surprising because that sounds like something that Jay-Z is very capable of doing. But even though Jay and B worked hard to keep their perfect facade, people like 50 Cent would not stop until everyone knows about the real people behind their masks. I bet that some of you are kinda lost about Jay-Z and 50's feud. Well, let me walk you through what happened between them. But before we get deeper into the video, if you love to know more about the creepy and deep dark secrets of icons like this couple, then make sure they subscribe to our channel right away. I will let you in on the hottest and latest teas about your favorite celebrities and more, so stay tuned. Now, going back to the video, it was actually 50 who broke the fight by calling out Jay-Z on his song How to Rob. While Jay-Z was not one to be silent and all that because he fired back on his own song. In Jay's song, he sang the line, which was clearly meant for Fifth, "I'm about $1, what the F is 50 cents?" Jay-Z later on revealed that there is nothing bad going on between him and 50. We all know that they are certainly not the biggest fans of each other though. As years pass by, Jay-Z keeps on taking jabs at 50 Cent, while 50 continuously claims that Jay-Z only made it that far and big because of his money. Additionally, 50 dropped this statement in his interview with Rolling Stone. He said he has a king complex. He thinks he's effing Jesus. This Jehovah shit, he added. I think Jay was saying, Rock La Familia, we family, it's the Rock A Fella gang. And then using traditional business tactics. He didn't have their interest in mind, he was just doing what he had to do for himself. Even though 50 Cent is often speaking up about all these people, trying to expose them with all these insider scoops, he was not the only one who stood up against Jay-Z anyway. If you've been hooked with these accusations for a while now, then you might have stumbled upon this viral video of Uncle Ron, a former bodyguard.
Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me. Believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used and abused.
He claimed that the power couple have stepped and crushed other artists just to keep their glory and get to where they want to be. Since I've already mentioned Jaguar, then let's talk about how exactly she was able to know so much about Jay-Z. The girl worked with him before, so yes, she definitely knows so much more than what she was letting out on. By the looks of it, the misfortune of other artists who were once close to Jay-Z and B were not just coincidence, because there is a possibility that these two have something to do with the downfall of other stars as well. Because of all these speculations, hints, and evidence, people and a lot of fans were led to believe that Jay-Z also sacrificed Aaliyah just for Beyonce to be more recognized in the industry. Aaliyah was Dame Dash's boyfriend before she died. And he's not just some random guy, because he was once a close friend of Jay-Z and was once his business partner as well. All of them go way back, and Jay-Z was allegedly interested in Aaliyah, but she did not look at him the same way that he did. For sure, you know how her career and life ended. Yep, in a tragic plane crash in 2001. It might be a coincidence, but likely not. Jay-Z and Beyonce started dating that same year. Many conspiracies surrounded Aaliyah's death because a lot of people refused to believe that what happened to her was just an accident. At that time, lots of news circulated about how she was given sedatives. Because of that, fans and loved ones believed that she was sacrificed for the good of other artists, aka Beyonce. What's even more problematic with Jay-Z and what made Dash cut ties with him is the fact that Jay-Z remained friends with R. Kelly even though everybody knew about what he had done to Aaliyah. It was clearly a deal breaker for Dame, and he could no longer stand that. Again, 50 Cent was not the only artist who had beef with Jay-Z and found him suspicious of a lot of things. Even Mary J. Blige believed that what happened to Aaliyah was a spiritual murder. This just shows that people in the industry really knows what is happening behind closed doors. It's just that not everyone is brave enough to talk about these open secrets. When it comes to the alleged witchcraft that Beyonce was performing, a lot of people, especially those who have worked with her in the past, have come forward about this accusation.
And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And for a very long time, I put this person on a pedestal. I loved them. I'd send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships.
This is just one of the many examples out there. She even filed a restraining order against B. Now, this is Ashley Everett, a former dance captain for Beyonce. These two have worked together for a very long time, but there were recent reports about how Ashley was throwing shade towards Beyonce by liking certain posts and comments about the star. Come on, she knew what she was doing by liking this one. Moving on to 50 Cent's take on Beyonce, this is what he has to say. Even 50 cannot comprehend what Beyonce was up to by confronting him like that. Things keep on becoming interesting because even Kanye West was saying something about these rituals that Jay-Z and Beyonce are taking part in. Well, with the amount of people that are trying to expose them, I don't think that they're only hating on their popularity and success. There is certainly something wrong with them for sure. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos.